What's up? What's up, folks? This is Mex2128 here to give you his predictions, not for WrestleMania, though. It'll be for the double dip Ring of Honor's putting on this weekend. Tomorrow night is day one of the Showdown in the Sun. Saturday afternoon, day two. What is this supposed to be, you ask? Well, the past several years, Ring of Honor Wrestling, or ROH, has put on a doubleheader weekend show during the weekend of WrestleMania. They hold the first show on Friday night, and the second show Saturday afternoon to avoid scheduling conflicts and interfering with the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies the night before WrestleMania. This year, they're taking it to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and the only place you're going to be able to watch it, aside from the War Memorial Arena, is on GoFightLive.tv. Let's move on. So let's begin with with the matches. Starting with night number 1. First match, Caprice, Coleman, and Cedric Alexander against Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team. To be honest, I'm not looking at much for this matchup. But if I had to pick somebody, I'm going to pick Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team to get back on track. Ever since they lost the titles at Final Battle, they've been in a foul mood. Real foul. Next up, Young Bucks of Matt and Nick Jackson against Kenny King and Rhett Titus, the All Night Express. Titus is in a street fight. Titus is going into this one with a bad leg. Is this going to prove much of a factor? I think it will. How much of one? Don't know. But with that said, I'm going to say ANX gets the revenge. Next up, television title match. Jay Lethal to defend against Kyle O'Reilly. Let's face it, the match against Tommaso Ciampa was boring as shit up until the final 5 minutes, but even then, that match sucked for Lethal at the 10th anniversary show. Now, given someone like Kyle O'Reilly's caliber, then you're going to get a good match. And I'm pretty sure we will. But as for who wins this, I don't really see O'Reilly coming out with this win and then going into his fight with Adam Cole on Saturday afternoon with the TV belt on the line, so I'm going to say Lethal retains the title. Next up, Lance Storm against Prodigy Mike Bennett. Damn, Lance Storm making a one-night appearance? Haven't heard from him in a while. For those who remember, Storm originally retired at the ECW One Night Stand pay-per-view in 2005. But my question, how will one of the many graduates of the Hart family dungeon, handle the Prodigy? I'm going to go with the newbie in this one and say Mike Bennett beats Lance Storm. Do I expect Maria to get involved? Maybe. Next up, La Revancha. The Antichrist of Wrestling. Pro Wrestling's worst nightmare. Mr. Wrestling. Kevin Steen goes one-on-one with the generic luchador El Generico. We all know the chronicle history between these two guys. 2000 Final Battle 09. They had lost a tag team match. Their final tag match together. They shook hands. Steen clocks Generico in the face with a chair. which starts his spiral into insanity and wanting to eradicate and sadism. Final Battle 2010. The fight without honor. If Generico were to lose, he'd have to take off his mask. If Steen were to lose, he'd leave Ring of Honor. And that match showed how much of a sick fuck Steen could be. He ripped open the mask of Generico, actually put his hand on the bloody face of Generico, and licked the blood off it. And I agree with the fans. When they started chanting, "You sick fuck." No, I'm not kidding, that's exactly the chant he gets. A "you sick fuck" chant. Anyway, Generico wins even after the mask and the chair are brought out. Generico clocks Steen in the face, wins. We didn't find out until later, Corino and Jacobs, in atonement for their previous crimes in Ring of Honor, tried to do it the right way. And at Best in the World, Steen returns, but then he flips Ring of Honor the bird and clocks Corino and Jacobs. Final Battle 11. Kevin Steen's job was once again on the line, this time against Steve Corino. Steen won, he'd be reinstated. Steen lost, he'd never be allowed at a Ring of Honor event again as a fan or as a wrestler. And in a nightmarily grueling match, and the best one of the night in my opinion, Steen prevailed. Then he takes out Jimmy Jacobs. El Generico comes out to try and make the save. He gets package pile driver through a table that breaks his neck. Now, 3 months later, Generico is back. Who's going to take this one? If they're trying to push Steen to be the new Ring of Honor World Champion, they're going to have to go with Steen in this one to win. That's just my opinion. But if they don't want him to be the champion, give it to Generico. You could throw this and throw the victory to throw the bone to either one of these guys, but you're going to be guaranteed it's not going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a fight. Next up, Proving Ground match for the tag titles. I don't know what a Proving Ground match means, but either way, your Ring of Honor tag champs, the Briscoes, to defend against Mikey, Nicholls, and Shane Haste, TMDK, whatever that means. I'm going to say the Briscoes retain. Them boys are going to put them down. Put these new upstarts down. Finally, main event. 3-way match for the world title. For the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title. Eddie Edwards and Roderick Strong versus your Ring of Honor champ, Davey Richards. Now, whoever wins is going to have major contributions to their respective matches the following day. What do I mean? After this matchup, Roderick Strong will fight with Jay Lethal. If it's Strong who wins, he faces Lethal. Lethal will be the challenger for the world title. If Edwards wins, he's got to defend it against Kevin Steen. If Richards wins, he's got to defend it against Michael Elgin. So, either way, someone's walking out with the title, and one guy's walking out with the title, only to defend it the next night, and 2 guys are going to have to go through regular matches. Now, I don't really see Strong winning the title, because if he loses and Lethal retains his title, doesn't that still give him a television title shot to go after? And an opportunity to become only the second Triple Crown Ring of Honor World Champion. Which means it's going to be down to Dave. So more or less, Roderick Strong's the odd man out in this one. So, in my opinion, it's going to come down to Davey and Eddie again. Who to win this one? Davey or Eddie? Eddie or Davey? Think. No, let's screw it. Upset pick. Winner and new Ring of Honor World and once again, Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, Eddie Edwards. And those are my picks for Chapter 1 of Showdown in the Sun. Chapter 2. Opening match, Jay Lethal against Roderick Strong. Could be match 1. Jay Lethal against Roderick Strong. Depending on the outcome of the match, of Strong's match, it could be for the world title. If not, TV title could suffice. But either way, I don't really see Strong bringing himself down to mid-card level, so I'll take Lethal to retain the TV title. Davey Richards against Michael Elgin. If you're going to build Richards back up, Elgin's the good, perfect choice for cannon fodder. So I'm going to say it's going to go Davey Richards' way. Next up, Briscoes against Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team. I'm giving it to the Briscoes. They've gotten a hell of a lot of sympathy the crowd ever since this share war between them and Wrestling's Greatest Tag Team. And to be honest, their matches haven't been all that good between the two teams. Haven't been all that good since the 9th anniversary show. And I rated that match 4.25 stars back in last February. Either way, Briscoes. Next up, Tornado Tag Match. Once again, Young Bucks against the All Night Express. I'm going to take the Young Bucks to win this one. Nothing more to say to that. Next up, Kyle O'Reilly against Adam Cole. Former Future Shock partners going head-to-head against one another. Now, if O'Reilly wins, it could be for the television title, but I don't see that happening. Now, let me just point out. O'Reilly's going into this one the heel, Cole's going into this one the face. And if you're going to pick up the Steen, Cole more or less got the win on O'Reilly at the 10th anniversary show, despite not pinning O'Reilly. He pinned Davey. So I say Kyle O'Reilly comes out on top, to at least compensate his loss to Jay Lethal. Next up, special promotion match. Ring of Honor versus Chikara. TJ Perkins, formerly known as Puma, against Chikara's Fire Ant. And representing the Colony. Who to take this one? Who to pick? Now, for those who don't know, the Colony have been constant contenders in the King of Trios tournament. Held by Chikara, which is a 3-night, 6-man tag tournament consisting of 6-man tag teams. This year the Colony got to the... But this year the Colony making it all the way to the going all the way. So who to pick? I'm gonna go with TJ Perkins, of all people. A little stupid, but I'm running out of ideas. Finally, what I think could be the main event. Should Eddie win the world title? Eddie Edwards versus Kevin Steen. Again, this is only if Eddie wins the world title on Friday night. And if they're going to pull the trigger on making Steen the champion, they've got to do it Saturday. They cannot hold it off much longer. Because I would love to see, because if Steen wins the title, I would love to see where they go from there. Cornette could send hitmen after him. He could send various wrestlers as hired guns to take him out. Now, Steen could continue his feud with Generico, Carino, and Jacobs. I don't know how they're going to settle it. I mean, how it's going to come about. But either way, should Edwards walk out of the triple threat match with the Ring of Honor title around his waist, give me my lock it up for Chapter 2 pick for Chapter 2 of Showdown in the Sun. Wrestling's worst nightmare, Kevin Steen, to become the new Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. That's it for me. I'll be back tomorrow with my WrestleMania picks, provided my mom lets me do it, because I've got a massive history report for school, project to do for school. But either way, I'm out. Sayonara.